Hello, thank you for coming back. How are you? So I have a message here. No cards. All right, I'm just going to speak. Um, so to truly find yourself, play hide and seek alone. Okay, and allow your feelings to be heard, so that you can enter into the transformation process. All right. It's important to never underestimate the kind and the loving. Okay. I saw a quote, this meme earlier that says, "Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, and intelligent people ignore." I'm going to say this one more time for the people in the back. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, and intelligent people ignore. People's shadows are really jumping right now, 111. So let's talk about this a little bit. You know, people want you to get out of character so bad, so bad. People will literally destroy themselves trying to destroy you. Do not put anything past anyone, please. And maybe these people, they've done this before. They've tried to get you out of character. And maybe they've succeeded a little bit, but now they really want to ramp it up. 144, because of who you are, right? Because of the light that is reflected over your life, over your being, over your soul. I'm seeing Knight of Swords, so it's like this ruthless agenda, right, to get you out of character, to try and get you to sabotage your own beginnings, or sabotage who you are, right, or try to make people think that you're someone that you're not. You don't owe anything to anyone. Anyone. You're responsible for yourself, 222, and nobody else. There's a lot of imbalance within people's mental states, okay? And it's like that's like the epidemic, the pandemic of 2022 is mental illness, mental disturbances. People are mentally disturbed right now. And this has everything to do with control, right? Or lack thereof control. It's like people just want to pin you down and squish you as a means to control you, right? Because you're so powerful, right? Maybe you don't even see your own power. Maybe you don't know your own power. But that's why they're pushing you. That's why they're egging you on, right? But the thing is you're able to see right through these individuals, and you see how hollow and bare they are, and there's nothing inside, right? They're like a machine. The only power that they have over you is the power that you give them. 333. 111, 222, 333. Everything's happening within divine order. It always is. So let's be real here. Let's be frank. Let's be honest. A lot of people are suffering in silence because of these mental issues, because of these mental illnesses, and these mental illnesses have transpired into mental issues have transpired into mental illnesses, and there's a refusal to address that. 404, and that's the problem. That's the error in their ways. That's the error in the ways of people who want to project their shit onto everyone else. My ears are ringing. Wow. It's like people are secretly inspired by you, but they hate you because you're doing what they refuse to do. It's not like they can't do it. They refuse to do it. That's the difference here. And it's like these individuals are watching you, address any mental issues that you have, or address any issues, period, that you have in your life that's going on. And as you address it and you heal and you integrate, you blossom, you thrive, you grow, you expand. And because of that, because of you being triumphant, because of you able to overcome any obstacle sent your way, they hate you for it. They're so envious and jealous of you because you're doing the work. When they can do that too, it's a choice. We all have free will. You don't have to do the work if you don't want to. But you can see right through the people that are doing the work and who are not. You don't have to be perfect, okay? You don't have to have everything healed because it's an ongoing process. But to sit here and to go out of your way and try to attack someone's character or get a rise out of people or whatever kind of malicious intent that these individuals, these people have, it shows a lot about themselves. And people really will treat you how they feel about themselves. And we're living in a very cold place, very cold world. A world that is riddled with addiction, riddled with codependencies, riddled with distortions, illusions, spell casting. And that jealousy, that envy, that hatred can really make someone turn into something that will be very difficult to come back from. That's not your problem, nor your responsibility. I'll say this again. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, and intelligent people ignore. Intelligent people will also not allow their boundaries to be crossed. You can't allow people to walk all over you. Okay? You have a voice, you have to use it. Right? You have a voice for a reason. And your voice is so powerful. And that's why they want you to shut up. That's why they want to put you down. That's why they want to make you feel inferior about yourself. Because your voice is so fucking powerful. Because when you stand up and speak, when you use your fucking voice, it changes everything. And that's what they're afraid of. Because they know how powerful you are. They also see that you don't realize it. Yet. Big emphasis on the word yet. And you know, the thing about finding your voice is that you have to use it. You have to. You have to stand up and exercise your right to speak. You have a right to speak. That is your God-given right to speak, to stand up for yourself, to defend yourself. It's important to know a time and a place, right? Again, strong people, weak people revenge, strong people forgive, and intelligent people ignore. You know, people will project their shit on you because you're being authentic, because you're being yourself, because you're happy, because you're content. They have no idea what's going on in the background of your life. And they just want to throw shit on you because you're balanced, because you're centered, because you are grounded, because you're everything. You embody everything that they do not. Secretly, you embody everything that they want, that they wish they could embody. But they refuse to do the work. They refuse to cut ties to things that are holding them back, that they know are holding them back. They refuse to get out of this devilish energy. They refuse to look at themselves. to see situations for what they really are, to see themselves for who they really are, to be accountable. Your authenticity, your light, it triggers the shadows of others. And when you hold a great capacity for light, those who are threatened by that will seek to destroy and taint that light by any means necessary. Like I said, do not underestimate anyone. But most importantly, do not underestimate the kind and the loving. For the kind and the loving are the warriors. 1044, they are the warriors that are needed right now. For some reason, people feel as if they cannot be them true selves. And I feel for you. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that you feel that way. That's not my responsibility. That's not your responsibility. That's whomever person's responsibility that is. Deep down there's this resentment and hatred towards others that are unapologetically themselves. But these people, they never saw you in the dark. They never saw the things that you did behind closed doors. They weren't shooting with you in the gym. They were not up in that gym shooting with you. So they want to attack your character and try to demoralize you based off of being triggered by your light. Because it's forcing them to look at themselves and look at the things that they need to work on that they have refused to take a look at for so long. All that's required is to do the work. Simple, theoretically. In practice, it's very messy, very chaotic, very painful. But through that pain, through that metamorphosis, that deep change, comes an immense, deep reward unlike anything else. You have to go within, and there's no manual for that. You can't pay someone to say, oh, what do I do? How do I fix this? You could keep doing it. You could go to therapists. You could go to gurus. You could do all this shit. But if you're not actively doing the work, it means nothing. You can't pay to have this. You have to actually do it. And it's not one time, one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. It's a lifetime. It's lifetimes, plural. This is something that you have to figure out for yourself, that these individuals have to figure out for themselves. There's a need to stop looking outside of you for validation, for answers, for approval. Turn inward. And again, this takes time, this takes practice, it takes dedication, it takes actually giving a fuck. And a lot of people don't give a fuck because that's been deemed cool by society, to be out of touch with your emotions, to not give a fuck. And if you cry, you're emotional. It takes holding up that mirror to yourself and facing who it is that you see in its entirety. The good, the bad, the ugly, all in between. And you know what? Maybe there's things that you've done, that these individuals have done, that they're deeply ashamed and regret about. It's not your responsibility. So they will project to try to taint you, to try to taint your light, to try to taint your essence because of their lack of accountability, their refusal to own up to what it is. They want to try to mirror you, energy harvest off of you. Because you are limitless, you are abundant, you are the light. And more than that, you are being that lighthouse and you're spreading that light. And ooh, do people hate that? They will hate you for it. They will go on witch hunts trying to hunt you down. They will gang stalk you, inflict all these crazy type of manipulation tactics because of who you are, because you're doing what you're called to do. You're doing what you're meant to do. You are an empowered individual, and you are empowering yourself, and by doing that, you are empowering others, and people hate that. You can't help people heal. No. You can't do this. We have to destroy you. It's a mind sickness. It's a sickness in the heart. There's a lot of very blocked off heart chakras, a lot of dark energy in people's heart chakras. That's why they do this. So rise above and see things for what they truly are. Collective. It takes getting real and raw with your emotions, right? Allow your feelings to be heard, to be content in your own skin, to do the work, to go down this path, to achieve enlightenment, to marry the masculine and feminine energies within, to rise through the spirals of ascension. People want to project their insecurities onto you, onto others, because they have not done the work, because you've done the work. And them not doing the work, they think this is a means to push you back, right? It's only pushing themselves back even further. Have the eyes to see. Awareness is key. And those that do the work see right through all this, right through it. These individuals, these people, these entities, they're not fooling anyone. So ask yourself, these people, these individuals, they need to ask themselves, what makes them feel the need, this compulsive, obsessive need to go out of their way and say things and scheme and plot and strategize to try to get someone out of character, to try to get someone out of element, to try to taint someone's essence? Is it because of jealousy? Is it because of envy? Is it because your authenticity is triggering their refusal to be their own authentic self? It's classic psychology. The age of Aquarius requires individuality. Okay? It requires leadership, and leadership of each and every person, no matter how big or small. Showing emotion is powerful. It's real. It's raw. More importantly, it's real. And there's a lot of things that aren't that real anymore. There's a lot of people that aren't that real anymore. Because the devil's illusions, the devil's spellcasting has them in a chokehold of money, fame, cars, bitches, all this shit. Drugs, sex, power, control, domination, right? It's like these individuals want to dominate your light. But you have to wake up and realize that your light is so powerful. That's why they're trying to do this. And in the same respect, it's like by them doing this, it only makes you stronger. It really does, if you go in and do the work. Showing emotion is powerful. It's one of the most powerful things that you can do. Very terrifying at first, okay? It's extremely terrifying. I would know. With practice, with being gentle and loving towards yourself, with loving all those fragmented parts of you, you will get there. The message is to be authentic and be true and be you. These individuals don't realize how much their trauma is bleeding all over themselves and bleeding all over everyone else, leaving a trail. You can see who they're trying to infect and inflict. And it's like the trauma is acting out, and it's like the trauma is almost subconscious to these individuals, right? Because they've stuffed it so far down, because they've created these self-deceptive masks. So they act out in these childish and immature ways. I would know. I was there at one point. And then I decided, you know what? It's time for me to do the work. I'm not proud of the person I am. But now I have that pride. Now I'm very proud of myself because I did the work, because I am doing the work. And I will continue to, because I'm dedicated to myself, because I love myself, because I take care of myself. You know, people need to ask themselves, what makes you feel this, again, that compulsive need, that obsessive desire to want to hurt someone because they're hurt? Well, I'm healing, so I have this compulsive need, this obsessive desire to want to help others heal too. And the best way to do that is to lead by example. Some things do not require you to say anything, just observe. Yet there comes a point, like I was saying, there comes a point where you need to draw the line in the sand. Have we really gotten so lost in translation, so caught up in the mix, so engulfed in the illusions of this 3D world that we've forgotten how to be real? We all have a lot of work to do, and it starts with each and every one of us. And the more that we neglect ourselves, the more it will show. The masks are slipping right off. And they will continue to. And the more that people rise up, the more that people shine their light, the more that people tap into themselves, the more that people heal, the stronger that light becomes, the more potent, the more powerful that light is. The more you neglect your own self, it's the more you're going to hate yourself. And again, the way that people project onto you is just the way that they feel about themselves. And I was there too. I am not perfect, and I will never attest to being perfect a day in my life. I will attest to doing the work. I will attest to diving deep in the trenches of my heart, of my soul, of my traumas, each and every day, to be the best person that I can be. Because I owe that to myself, not anyone else. I owe that to me. Just like you owe that to you. And these individuals owe that to them. Self-love is the best love, and it's the key ingredient. It is the key ingredient. So tap in. Showing emotion doesn't make you weak, it makes you strong. Society wants to tell men especially, you can't cry. That makes you a bitch, that makes you weak. No, it doesn't. It empowers the fuck out of you. You become an empowered individual when you show emotion. You become strong. You become confident. And by you doing that, you empower other individuals. But more importantly, you empower yourself by expressing your emotions. By tapping in, that is empowering yourself. You cannot look outside of yourself for anything anymore. It's the age of Aquarius. Go within. It's about the individual. We all have individual signatures, individual codes, individual energy. That is unique. And we're all unique, but we all come together to create this beautiful symphony of a collective. It's being hijacked by whatever beings are hijacking it, archons and everything else. Reptilians, demonic entities, spirits. The programmer. Showing your emotions, it activates your solar plexus chakra. It helps you to tap into your inner strength and your confidence. And this is required for the age of Aquarius. This is required to grow up. A lot of us in our 30s, our 40s, even some of us in our 50s too. Our parents weren't emotionally there, right? Shit, a lot of us, our parents didn't even want us. That leaves a void in the heart and the soul. But it's up to you to fill that void. It's up to you to be the father, the mother that you didn't have. It's up to you to forgive your mother, your father. It's important to forgive them and to accept them. I accept you for being the parent that you were, and I forgive you for not being the parent that I needed. And 9 times out of 10, their parents did the same thing. So it's just a repetition of cycles and cycles and cycles. Because the programmer has us trapped in the matrix. The devil has its chains around people's necks. They allow their addictions, their codependencies, their attachments, their obsessions to keep them in a chokehold. Don't be one of those people. When you tap into your solar plexus, this allows for you to be authentic, and this authenticity, it leads you to your heart. When you open your heart, then you can speak your truth. And when you open your throat chakra, this allows you to lead to the path of finding your voice. And your voice is powerful. You must use it. This is not the time to be quiet. This is not the time to stand down. You have a voice, so use it. Nothing is given to you. Absolutely nothing is given to you. You must work for it. Tirelessly, yes. But with great sacrifice, with great effort comes great reward. You cannot be mad at people who are doing the work because you do not want to or refuse to even try. But collective, still we rise, and still we will rise, regardless of whatever comes our way. Because our strength, our power, our light only becomes that much more dynamic, influential, robust, and almighty. So collective, command your power and command your strength. Remember who you are and never allow anyone to deter you from you. Because betraying yourself is the worst thing that you can do. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, and intelligent people ignore. To have a voice, it's important to know when to use it. It's important to know when to stand down. It's important to know when to stand up. And collective, I think our time to stand up is very much here. I hope this message came to you with peace, okay, with love. And I hope you have a blessed day. Thanks for tapping in. Thank you.